Pulling out the coupe at the lot. Told him fuck 12, fuck SWAT. Busting all the bells out the box. I just hit a lick with the box. Had to put
Yo! What's going on, gang? Welcome back to another video of mine. Today we're going to be breaking down the 2020 Florida Gators schedule. I'm going to do this for every SEC team. We're going to start with Florida because that's my favorite team, and we're going to go down to East, and I'm going to tell you my predictions on each team. Okay, so with that being said, the 2020 Florida schedule sets up nicely for Florida, as I said in my in a couple videos actually. It sets up for a good run towards a playoff. A lot of people are going to call me delusional. I'm not delusional. Go look at the schedule. Look at who everybody's returning. This is Florida's year. If they want to win the East, this is this year. If we don't win it this year, I don't know when we're going to win it, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. Kirby Smart's recruiting monsters over there. I'm not saying we have more talent on the field than Georgia this year. Don't take this the wrong way. It's getting closer, but we still got a pretty good ways to go if we're going to get the type of talent Georgia has on the field. Now, Dan Mullen is a coach who has been known to do more with less. Take a look at what he did at Mississippi State. Okay, so with that being said, I'm not stepping on anybody's toes. These are my opinions. Feel free to drop yours in the comments. I'll read them. I read every comment that I get, and I take them all into consideration. And if you want to see me do something else besides this, let me know, and I'll be glad to do that. So today, we're going to start with Florida. We have our blue and orange game, which is the spring game. Saturday, April 18th, I'll be there in person to watch. This will be a telling game for us. How far is Emory taking that step in his third year on campus? We'll see. I expect him to. I expect Emory Jones to play. If not, I expect him to be the starter by the end of the year, guys. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. If we're going to take that next step as a team, I feel like he's got to be our starter. I've already said that in another video. So make sure you go check that video out. Next, we got Eastern Washington. I believe they're an FCS team, but I believe they're one of the better FCS teams in the country. We should have no problem here. It's at home. I don't see them coming to the swamp and beating us. We're returning a lot of guys on offense. We lost a lot at receiver, but we've still got Trayvon Grimes, Jacob Copeland, Kadarius Toney. We got Xavier Henderson coming in. I expect these guys to make impacts. A lot of freshmen making impacts this year. Then we got Kentucky at home. So that quarterback, what's his name? Jesus, I should have done the research on this. Wilson, I think his last name is Wilson. Supposedly he's coming back. Stoops has done a great job there. But I think we handle business. I think we take care of Kentucky. I think we start out the season 2-0. Then we move on to South Alabama at home. This is between two SEC games. You could see maybe a trap game maybe. I think we take care of South Alabama, guys. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I think we get the job done there. Then we go to Tennessee. Tennessee was a much improved team. I think this is going to be a great game. Tennessee ended the year, 7 or 8-0, something like that. 7 or 8 game winning streak. They turned that team around phenomenally. Did a phenomenal job there. Jeremy Pruitt did. They started out the season, 1-3 or something like that. Didn't look like they were going to make it to a bowl game. They ended up pulling it together. Lost to Georgia State. Still made a bowl game. So I think that's going to be a great game. As of right now, without seeing either team play, I'm going to have to go with Florida. Tennessee just can't seem to get it done against us. But I do think this is a game to circle on your calendars. This will be a big test for Florida early in the year. Okay, then we take off and we come back home against South Carolina. Will Muschamp knows how, us Florida fans know from experience, knows how to choke a game away. It doesn't matter. The last 2 years in a row, they were up on Florida and allowed us to come back, playing conservative. Florida gets the job done here. I don't see them being able to hang with us. I think we beat them going away. Then the game. Are we going to get redemption against LSU at home? LSU's losing. Justin Jefferson, Joe Burrow, Christian Fulton. They're losing a ton of people. Clyde Edwards-Hilaire's gone. You can call me a homer if you want. I really don't care. I think we get the job done against LSU. I think that's a game we can win at home. I like Florida in this game. But I think it's a game that we could also lose. I'm not saying there's no chance. LSU has no chance. They definitely have a chance. They're a good team. Well coached. I know they lost Joe Brady as well. So I expect Florida to get the job done here. At Ole Miss, this game could get interesting. Running quarterbacks have given I go back to the Kentucky game. Their quarterback can run, and that's what beat us when they beat us in Gainesville 2 years ago. Ole Miss has a quarterback, John Rice Plumlee. The guy can scoot. If he's healthy this deep into the season, he's got some good experience this year. This past year, he got some good experience, and he'll have six games experience coming into this game this year. I think Florida gets the job done. I don't see Ole Miss's defense. I think we do what we want on offense. I think it's a higher scoring game because I think they'll be able to score on us as well. Florida's defense, we're returning a pretty good bit of player. I'm trying to think. We're returning pretty good secondary back there. Our corners are really good. Safety, they need to work during the offseason to improve drastically. Our linebackers, we'll probably be a little young there, but I think we'll get the job done. Defensive line's going to be fine. I think we get the job done at Ole Miss. I really do. Then I think we come in, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-0 to Jacksonville is my prediction. Now this game, I can't wrap my head around it, to be honest with you. Georgia lost 11 starters or 9 of 11 starters on offense, but the 2 they return are good. They're center and George Pickens. They've got Dominic Blaylock, who played a lot. Zamir White played a lot. Ben Cleveland played a lot. They got Jamie Newman coming in, who's a stud at quarterback. Their defense is going to be phenomenal, maybe even be better than last year. So, with that being said, I think we're going to take an L to Georgia. I think we do. I think we lose. There's some more games we could lose in this schedule, but if I had to pick a game, I don't think we're going undefeated. I think we're close. I think we have a chance to go undefeated, but I don't think we pull it off. I think we probably lose to Georgia maybe. Next at Vanderbilt. We should have no problem with Vanderbilt. Missouri, they got a new head coach. I don't think we have that much issues with Missouri anymore. Drew Lock's gone. Kelly Bryant's gone. I don't see us having a problem with them. Florida wins that game. New Mexico State Aggies. Goes without saying, I think Florida's going to win that game. Florida State at Florida State. Now, this is a team I want to speak on for just a second. I think they made a pretty good hire with Mike Norvell. He's done some good things in the recruiting game so far. I know a lot of people on Twitter are giving him slack for signing a bunch of 3-stars, but you got to remember he's only been on campus 1 or 2 months. So the transition class is big for him, but I don't think it's going to be the telltale of him. I think Florida gets the job done this year. Don't get me wrong. I think we beat Florida State. I think we beat them pretty handily. But what I'm trying to say is Florida State has hired a coach that has the potential, not saying he's going to do it, has the potential to get them back to a powerhouse in the ACC and compete for ACC titles. So I think Florida goes 11-1 on the season. Is that good enough to get us to the SEC championship? So you'll have to wait and see the rest of the East, what I predict on those. But Georgia's got a pretty tough schedule. I think there's a couple games they could lose. They could lose to Florida, to be honest with you. I'm not sitting here saying. I'm just saying until Dan Mullen shows me he can beat Georgia, I can't pick Florida, man. I want to because I'm a huge Florida fan. Been a Florida fan since I was a little boy. But until Dan Mullen shows me he can beat Kirby Smart, I think Dan Mullen's a hell of a coach. I just can't bring myself. If I was betting money on the game and we had a head-up bet, I'd bet on Georgia because I don't want to lose my money. But we all know these rivalries are cyclical most of the time. So Georgia's been dominating the series for the last 3 years. Florida was the 3 years before that, so on and so forth. It's cyclical. I'm ready for that cycle to come back around and us to win that game in Jacksonville. And it could be this year. If we don't do it this year, I'm telling you, Kirby's building a monster out there. Same thing with Florida State. It's cyclical. We need to take advantage of us being the best team in the state and recruit all our players and get them to stay in state. Georgia, Clemson, Alabama, all those teams are coming down there and cherry picking whatever they want for Florida. We got to shut the door on that. South Florida especially, that's a big recruiting ground. So, do I think we make the SEC championship? You'll have to wait and see on that. I think next I'm going to do Georgia. I think I'll do Georgia tomorrow. These are just going to be daily videos. I'm still going, some days I'll do double uploads. I'll upload some more if there's some good recruit news coming out, or if I see a video I want to react to, I'll still do those too. But this is just a little series I'm going to do. So I think Florida goes 11-1. I think we're gradually getting better. Dan Mullen's building more depth. If we start Emory Jones, there's a good chance we can win every one of our games on our schedule this year. There's no game I'm looking at like, we're not going to win that. Every one of these games are winnable if we stay healthy and if we play to the best of our ability and Dan Mullen coaches to the best of his ability. These are all winnable games. So I got Florida 11-1. Tell me what you think in the comments. Am I a homer or do you see where I'm coming from? The schedule's not that difficult. Probably one of the easier schedules in the SEC. I haven't looked at the rankings or anything like that. But anyway, it's been your boy B-Mac. Go Gators. Go SEC. Rise above hate. You guys know who I'm mocking? If you know, you know. Anyway, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps the channel out. I'm going to post all my social media in the description down there. Make sure to go follow me on that. Make sure to check out that Mailbox Smashers podcast. They had a new podcast on Friday, I believe. Go check it out. Go listen to it. As always, have a great day. It's been your boy. Y'all have a good one.